Howdy folks, this is Just Roe and Char Rose. We're here under the pear tree. See them big pears up there above our head? What we're doing is we're picking up the pears that's fell on the ground, the ones that's too little and the ones that ain't no good, the culls, and we're saving the big old pretty ones to eat. And we're going to use these pears that are on the ground to feed our chickens. And they love them, and it's free. And if you want to throw the word organic around, you won't get no more organic than that. Let's get these pears picked up. These chickens are waiting on a snack, and boy, they're excited, ain't they, Char?
Yep.
What do you got there?
Yeah, a little
Char
pup.
found her an old locust shell.
Yeah.
One of them old, I think some people call them cicadas.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was doing out here. It may be a holdover, but anyway, Charlotte, we found it here. And all right, let's pick up some pears. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you got any fruit trees, you'll get plenty of fruit falling off that you can't use. And over here, we got us a pile of the good stuff right here. That's for us. And this is what we're gonna pick up for the chickens here.
Okay.
Gonna pick these up for our chicks. Free chicken snacks right off the ground. It don't matter how good of a fruit tree you got. You'll never not have any waste or culls. Because you'll get, like in storms, stuff like that'll blow off, just too little to use really. And then when it hits the ground, a lot of time they'll rot and get bruised and tore up. And there's some rocks over here that I need to move out from under the tree, because when they pears fall off on them rocks, it really tears them up. But a lot of times I'll eat mostly fruit off of the ground. Pick up them big ones, and that's what we'll eat. I mean, we do pick them off of the tree at some point. If we're going to preserve them or do something like that, we'll pick them off of the tree. But a lot of times we'll eat what falls on the ground. Because one thing, unless a storm's knocked it off, you know that it's ripe and ready to go if it falls off, because it turned loose. We got us some nice ones right here to eat. Ooh, boy, them gold ones like that, nice and goldy brown, they're just right. We'll take them to the house, these greener ones, lay them in there on the cabinet for a few days. I tell you what, they'll melt in your mouth. Char, let's go get us some apples.
Okay.
Now, you want to?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go get some pears pops.
Folks, you can see right here, this pear tree is loaded down. It is loaded down with big old nice pears. Just loaded down. Look at that thing. Look how nice. This pear tree usually always does good, and it's loaded plumb up in the top, I can see. So we're gonna have pears, pears, pears. And that's all right with Charlotte and the chickens and Virginia, because they love them.
Yeah, I love them.
You love them. Look at that big old fat pear right in yonder. Look at that thing, how pretty. Good pear harvest, we're blessed and thankful. Ain't we, Char?
Yeah.
I just remember trimming that grapevine last winter. Well, looky here what we got growing in here. Look at there. Look right up there. That's them old-timey white shed grapes, they call them. They grow real good on a shed. And man, they'll twang your buds. I'm telling you what's the truth. They will make your taste buds holler now. They are so good. In the last 2 years, the cotton picking deer snuck in here. About a day before we're getting ready to pick them and eat them. The deer snuck in here and cleaned them out. I come down here one morning and they won't be a grape one on this. They'll eat them every one. And if I have to set up of a night with a shotgun, they ain't getting them this year. Are they, Char?
No.
We're gonna eat grapes this year, ain't we?
No.
Deers ain't a getting them.
I said the
All right, right here's our cheese apple tree down here above the shop. And right here's what a cheese apple looks like. Now that's a real old variety of apple. And man, they're delicious. And we're gonna pick us some up for the chickens. See me? All right, Char, I'm gonna pick them up and throw them up to you. You put them in the bucket when I throw them up. And there ain't nothing wrong with these apples here. The only thing wrong is we can't eat them all. And they just rot, so.
Oh. Here's one I found.
Good job, girl. You can't be too stingy with these apples. You have to share. See right here? They expect you to share, and if you don't share, they'll get on to you about it. But this apple tree here was planted on a bank, and they fall off and roll down the bank kind of in a pile. So you have to climb down in and get them up. Look here, just going to waste. And you talk about good eating apples. These ain't keeping apples, these is eating apples. People would eat them as soon as they got ripe, eat as many as they could. They had eating apples and keeping apples. Look at that thing, not a bruise on it or nothing. You talk about good now. Them's going to the house. But this is one heavy harvest, I'll tell you. One heavy harvest. You got a bucket full yet, Char?
No, not yet.
No?
Not yet.
All right. Throw them up there and let her pick them up. But look down here at the apples. Just laying full. Man, I hate to see them big old pretty things go to waste. But you can't eat. If I eat them every meal, I wouldn't be able to eat them, but just so many, because Char, bring your bucket down here and set it behind them blocks there, and you'll be able to, it'll be a lot easier for you to fill it up because you won't have to go back up the hill every time. And this is one of the old varieties, cheese apples. I don't know where there's another cheese apple tree at around here. The only others was over at my grandpa's house, and they've since been died or been cut down, so. This thing needs to be grafted before it's gone. Because this is one variety that don't need to disappear. I don't know how many, look. Chicken feed, look at that. These, I don't know how many varieties of apples that have disappeared over the years. Just disappeared and are gone forever. Watch for bees, Char.
Oh, I see one right there, Pop.
Yeah, just let them have their part. Don't bother them. And they won't bother you. About got a bucket full, ain't we?
Yeah.
I figured that was getting close. Get them apples right over there. Yeah, you got them. All right, I'm gonna put our apples on top here, and we'll get them off up here before we feed the chickens, okay?
Okay.
That way we'll have us some to eat. Up here some more in the driveway here.
Yeah, there is.
Watch out, there's a bee, watch out.
Oh.
Yeah, he's wanting him another snack.
Yeah. Oh, here's some more.
Yeah, and over here, on this side of the road, is a rusty sweet tree. This little rusty sweet tree's right here below my smokehouse. And it's an old variety of apple too. And they're a kind of a hard apple. I don't know if they'd keep or not. But that's what that is, a rusty sweet tree.
Yes. Look at those bees.
I know it, I seen that. And look at there. They don't have to worry about us taking their apple, do they? All right, we'll get our big eating apples off here. Lay them down here. Take them to the house. Don't let them hit together because you'll bruise them, cause them to rot. They made it from a tree to the ground without getting bruised. We don't want to bruise them up. All right, Char. Let's show the folks how we fix these apples for our chickens.
I want to do this one.
No, that's our eating apples up there. All right, Char, let's show these folks how we do our apples and pears for the chickens.
Okay.
Use this side right here. Like you do, yeah, you know that. Use that side. Come down here where you're working up a hill. You're working against the grain there. There you go. Now bust it. All right, that's good. You just want to bust them up to where them chickens can get to the inside. Man, look at them go after that. Look at them go after them apples. Bust them another, Char.
Okay.
There's a few soft ones you don't have to worry about busting. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right, girl.
Don't roll up, stick.
Hit it hard. Took off like a golf ball, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Silly pups.
That's a pretty hard apple there. Let me get it. Flatten them apples here. Here. Flatten them apples out like that. And them chickens can get right in there to them. Man, they can tear them up. Look at there. They can get right in there to them and tear them up. Look at there. They'll have that apple eat in just a minute.
I want to do the pears.
Pears are harder unless you get a soft one. Do the apples are soft. That's a hard apple. You don't want the hard ones. Too hard to do. There's one here. There's you a big one that's soft. It'll sit there for you. Smash it up.
This side?
Yeah, that side, that flat side's what you want to use. Yeah, if you hit it slow, it kind of wastes the apple because it grinds it up so much. You just really want to bust it. That's all you want to do is just bust it like that. Then they can get to it to eat it real easy and good.
I'll smash the apples, then you throw it over there.
Well, let's try a different approach here.
Okay.
For you, because it's a little harder for you. Stand up there beside of it. Stand up here. And now, get up there and step on this. Get up there and step. Get up there and put your foot on this. Stomp it. Stomp it. Stomp down on it. Stomp it again. There you go. That's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's good. You're going to smash it into applesauce, girl. There you go, chicks.
Here you go, chickers.
Yeah, chickies.
I want it.
All right, Char, get up there and we'll smash them another one. And they've got a full smorgasbord of snacks. Get up there and smash that thing.
Oh.
All right, that's good. Whoa, that's too much. You made applesauce again. Man, they're going after it. Look at that. You smash them like that, it makes it so easy for them to eat. If you throw a whole apple in there, one thing on this hillside, it's going to roll down through the fence and they can't get it. For another, and they'd have to work half a day, but we don't want these babies working too hard. We want them to have an easy life, lay plenty of eggs. Some of these little roosters here, you know what we want them to do. Yeah. 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 But that's how we do this, folks. We mash them up. I made this old little maul, and you can use anything. You don't have to have one just like this. I mean, I know this one's nice and everything, but And your yaller jackets is gonna come and eat off of your rock after you bust your apples up. We got plenty of chicken feed for free. I would imagine if you had the freezer room, you could freeze these apples and you could have chicken snacks for a long time. Now, if you're feeding hogs, you don't have to worry about busting them up, but I like to bust them up for the chickens so they can be easy for them to eat. It's a lot easier than cooking for them, so. Like I said, if you sacked up all your culled fruit and vegetables, sacked it up, put it in the freezer, you could have animal snacks for a long, long time. Chickies, chicks, chickies, chickies. Chickens get a snack. Now it's our turn. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope it helps you. There's a lot of things that we don't realize because we've never had to realize them. But anything we can do this day and time to save. I went in Tractor Supply yesterday for the first time in a long time, and I seen the organic chicken scratch was about $28 a bag. And there's a lot of options besides going and paying that money for that organic feed. There's a lot of options. Mr. Danny is telling me the other day he'd take a sharp scythe and mow his yard and rake that grass up and feed it to his chickens. And, I mean, there's just bukus of ways to do things. Rotating animals around in different spots to help them eat. Picking up fruit. If you don't have fruit trees, most likely somebody in your neighborhood does, and they might even be glad for you to go pick up the stuff that they don't want or can't use to feed your animals. It's just something to think about. We got to be smart this day and time, save everything we can, and use everything we can. I hope this video helps you in some way. If it don't help you, I hope you at least enjoyed it. Because me and Char sure did. This is Justro at Metcalf Mills. Hit like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you ain't already. Tell your friends about me. Tell your chickens about me. Hit that notifications bell so you can get them notifications and watch these videos when they're fresh. This is Justro at Metcalf Mills. Look forward to seeing you real soon.